Hello, everybody. Anyone? Kingwood Media Police Crimes Report, October 8th, 2025, 7:30 p.m. I am Christopher Wood, and I am a 6-year revenge retaliation, full 100% identity theft victim, compliments of Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, very serious criminal doctors, justice of the peace, organized trafficking, human trafficking, sex slavery, identity thefts, frauds, kidnapping, sex assaults, false arrest, arrest refusals, extortion, lies, time buying, cover ups, medical file falsifications for treatment refusals, discrimination, blacklisting. I found out about Ontario Provincial Police, human trafficking, homeless exploitation for monetary gain, and money laundering that was taking place through a charity in Napanee. August 6th, on the corner of Bridge and Center Street in Napanee, Ontario, at a previous address, ex-OPP chief or commander went by on the corner of Bridge and Center Street, Highway 41 at the intersection. He waved at me. I waved back. A black truck pulled up beside him, pointed something, and shot it. Went into my right ear. I found out recently that was a cop named Marty. He and an ex-chief are both guilty of first-degree premeditated attempted homicide. Staff sergeants, years 2019, 2021, kidnapping, sodomy, sex assault. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. Shelley Hafner or Hafner. Christine Schultz, Spencer Mills 14716, Robert Kane 7224. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic, girlfriend to Stacy, Kingston AMHS, file falsifier for medical blacklisting, treatment refusals, discrimination to prevent me finding out what I was shot with, and proof internally of the crimes against me. It all makes perfect sense now. I believe I was actually shot with what is called remote neuromonitoring. It went through my right ear. It went into my right ear. It started moving through my head to my occipital lobe. I was getting electric shock. Makes sense now. I was getting electric shocking. My blood vessels were being internally busted and spider veining across my skull, and I can prove it. Holy shit. I am starting to get seriously numb on the right side of my head, but blood vessels started spider veining across my head after that as well. I have had, I have been seriously brain split. I have been seriously skull deformed. I have been medically blacklisted, falsely charged, lies, time buying, cover ups, again, arrest refusals, extortion, kidnapping. Well, I feel like I'm actually being turned into a damn vegetable. I was right in the middle and all of a sudden just boom, gone. This happens quite a bit to me. I get piss and shit that go through my head as well on a daily basis. But I was shot with after that happened. I got an appointment for a CAT scan appointment November 19th, 2019. to find out what was going on because of what was shot into me, and my skull was also internally split into sections as well, along with the electric shocking. November 19th, I go to a CAT scan appointment that I had to find out what was going on, and Stacy, Kingston AMHS worker, she was there at my appointment. No association with her, no association with mental health or AMHS in any way, shape, or form. She had no right to be there. She had no business to be there. I come to find out later she was stating she was there for my benefit because of my CAT scan and anxiety and all of this other shit that I do not have. That stuff does not bother me in any way, shape, or form. I'm not claustrophobic. That don't bother me. But anyway, she had no right or business to be there. After my CAT scan, I wanted to see the results, picture results. I was told I am not going to get them. I needed medication. I would not understand them, assuming I was stupid, refusing to give me my own medical results. I was giving fake ones, and my original ones were given to one Stacy, Kingston AMHS, girlfriend to Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic. She also goes by Dr. Margie V as well. They were given to her, to Stacy Kingston, her girlfriend, and also Spencer Mills 14716. They are in original possession of him. Lies about drugs I do not do to prevent me medical help and proof. At Kingston at KGH, twice lies about being a suicidal self-harm are not true in any way, shape, or form. I am wood, I am life tree. There is none of that in me. 100% bullshit lie. And as far as the drugs go, I do not do. I have not done any since 2013. I had a slip up in 2018 for 2 days. So that is 100% bullshit lie against me. I've lost too many friends and family from garbage drugs, including a certain niece that I loved very much. But because whoever the call come from, and I had long hair and I have tattoos, it was automatically believed to prevent me being taken serious and helped. I go to Kingston after, or I go to Belleville General Hospital afterwards. A French doctor walks in, says, I seen your file. You need a psychiatrist. There is nothing I can do for you, or we'll get out. I was pretty much kicked out after that. Now, come to find out, he said that he seen my file, was looking at my file. No criminal record or history prior to any crimes taking place against me in any way, shape, or form. No association with any police. No association with any nut wards, psych wards, shrinks, AMHS, or mental health in any way, shape, or form. Had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to being shot. And then he's all of a sudden telling me, I seen your file and this and that. Yeah, Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic is the one that falsified my medical file. She also goes by Dr. Margie V as well. She is guilty of first-degree premeditated attempted homicide with the intent to commit and cover up through the file falsifications, treatment refusals, discrimination. After me being kicked out of Belleville, I had to keep going back to Napanee because the damage is still being done to me. My head swelling up like a balloon. Me going through 100% provable identity changes and being called a delusional hallucinating retard. I was being treated like shit. I was being belittled, name called, put in rooms. They were trying to make it look like I was a serious nutcase or drugs or whatever the case may be. And they were treating me like garbage, and I was getting up and walking out, and they were trying to turn it around and say that I was there causing problems and refusing their treatment not the case in any way, shape, or form. I am not going to be treated like garbage and expect to be taking it because they are doctors. Once again, had not been to a hospital or a doctor in almost 10 years prior. And then all of a sudden, they're treating me like a bag of shit. And I am having a lot of stuff refused. My medical rights, my legal rights, my human rights have been taken, falsely charged in an attempt to try to cover up crimes that they are guilty of against me with the police and others, in an attempt to give me a criminal record, in an attempt to try to discredit me in every way, shape, or form to get out of the crimes they are guilty of. Justice of the peace involved threats, intimidations, accusations, obstructions to prevent anything legal on anyone. Me going to the police to try to get arresting and charging on them and others. No luck. OIPRD at the time, no luck. Private prosecution, only to find out the justice of the peace involved had me falsely charged with the hospital the second time to prevent anything legal on her for being named the very same day I was going to file against everyone again. But before I had a chance, it was done to me. That was in an attempt to shut me up, try to shut me up too. I was made homeless for an entire year where I had to move to Kingston, live in Kingston on the streets, where I was monitored, supposedly. I have tubes in the back of my head now. I have what feels like a cap over my skull. I have had strokes. I have had possible heart attacks. I have had serious lung and kidney damages done to me, along with the 100% proven identity changes that have been done to me physically. My mother, a 77-year-old woman, she was stalked, tortured, and her life was taken. She was caused cancer by having R&M use on her, and because of her age, the radiation and EMFs from it caused her cancer, causing her death, and it was done with intent through Spencer Mills 14716 and Stacy Kingston AMHS by a lowlife named Bill Woldridge. He also goes by Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Stephen Maven, and Robert Cross. Stephen Maven is an alias name, and that's the name of a wanted inmate escapee. He's bald, glasses, approximately 65 to 70. I am 53, and he thinks that he and I were switched at birth. Thinks that he is my dad and was calling my mother mom. He and Blair Kane Hardy, he used to drive a Mercedes. He is a meth trafficker. He is a homosexual. He is an alleged OPP supervisor, guilty of sex assaulting, raping a woman in 2021 at 45 Dundas Street East, Apartment 3. Attempts at collecting welfare fraud through my address and no association with the lowlife garbage. Both he and the one known as Bill Woldridge are guilty of first degree homicide against my mother. Other ones who are involved, they are all registered sex offenders, drug addicts, drug traffickers with and for Ontario Provincial Police, Robert Kane. They are gang stalkers, and each and every one of them are using what I believe to be MK Ultra on me after I was shot in 2019 and everything began. But the way things are happening, I believe that this is what I am having used on me as well. And it could be 100% proven. I have what feels like a band around my head, like a halo. I get what feels like air being pumped through my nose all the time, like I have something stuck up my nose, oxygen tubes. I have a plate on the top of my skull now inside my head, and tubes inside my head with holes. And also what feels like a plastic band or something around my head, and I also have something that goes around from the back of my head to my temple areas, and my temple areas will actually cave in from being restricted and then blow up like a balloon in the back of my skull. And this is also what's causing me to go through a lot of the identity thefts, identity changes I go through. All of these low lives, they are high and they are using this fucking junk on me along with the remote neural monitoring that they have using on me and the MK Ultra. I will not be proven wrong on this. I am 100%. I know I was pretty much shot with R&M in 2019. I am going through serious memory losses, of course. I get piss and shit that go through my head and my face from these tubes on a daily basis. After I was shot, I showed it and can prove it. I have a tube that bulges up in my throat and it goes to the back of my neck. It goes from my groin to my throat to the back of my head, and that's where I get the air, the piss and shit that go through me. I go through serious identity changes after this started to happen to me constantly with 100% proof and looking like each and every one of these low lives named. Two of them are actually my extended family, my cousins, Harry Hartwick and Dale Hartwick. There was Tony Hearns, Bert Hustler, Robert Barry, and Jason Manalstein. He is a crackhead. And this is also about identity, not only identity theft, but identity fraud against me and disability fraud as well. So, congratulations, you're guilty of killing my mother. You're guilty of torturing and killing my dogs. You're guilty of 6 years torture, slavery against me. The lies, the time buying, the cover ups, 100% proven. Identity theft and identity change done against me. Damage is done, and you are guilty of murdering and ending the Wood bloodline by doing this to me. There is also another one involved who is guilty of serious death threats, forced confinement, and cops are also guilty of being accessories and accomplices with threats, intimidations, and obstructions, which led to the forced confinement, death threats, torture as well. And I can 100% prove their guilt just from the piss and shit and their body fluids that I have inside me being forced. No matter what I've been able to show, no matter what I've been able to prove, my all my rights have been taken from me, and the full right side of my head feels completely dead and gone. I don't even get any oxygen. It don't even feel like now to the right side of my head. Luckily, there is nothing I can do about this. Luckily, I have no rights to get medical help, and luckily, I have no legal rights in OPP. You have proven just how seriously dangerous you are. Families are murdered and missing when people disappear. It's police crimes. Not only are they going through mutilations, kidnapping, sex assaults, but probably full identity thefts, being seriously brain injured, skull split, to commit memory loss, going through other serious crimes, and then being physically changed to be possibly sex trafficked, or maybe having their lives taken as somebody else will, and they go on to commit fraud against them. That's just one. But how many others? No wonder you were doing it to poor, homeless, elderly, and disabled. Because once you cast your lies, there is nothing that your victims can do about it. And once again, yes, medically blacklisted to prevent me helping prove a lot of serious lies against me that nobody has to prove. All the attempts to try to discredit me, all the attempts to try to turn this around back on me, having me falsely charged in an attempt to try to give me a criminal record so they can cast lies against me and say that I am a criminal. They've already tried to use that lie, certain cop, by spreading slander against me, stating I was a dangerous offender as well. So yeah, it's kind of funny right now how I am looking exactly pretty much like a cop's brother, for fuck's sakes. The whole side of my head and my face is completely and totally gone. Luckily, I do not have the $22,000 to get anybody arrested, and luckily, I am under gag orders to even prevent any medical help. I try to even give my location or mention a certain place, and family members of mine will be murdered, and that's a threat that was given to me. I hope you're happy with what you accomplished against me. I hope you're happy with what you've gotten away with. I hope you're happy with my identity. I hope you're happy with my life that you're trying to steal. And I hope you're happy with my ODSP that you're eventually going to try to steal and have me fucked over even more. This is why you are trying so hard to screw my memories so bad. I have to do these videos a lot of the times just to remember a lot of the stuff that I've gone through, to remember even certain small stuff about my childhood that I'm starting to lose memories of now. So it's just all too fucking convenient for everybody. I'm the one paying for this. I am the one that's proven and have proven very serious crimes against me, and not being able to do a fucking thing about it. When police want people killed, they assure they commit their crimes and they get away with them. Do not throw my body in a ditch. You are very seriously fucking dangerous, OPP, and to the other cops who are involved, and to the doctors who are involved. And of course, you're very seriously dangerous, low life drug fed junkies that you have that cannot be arrested conveniently because they can implicate as well.